A Muncie firefighter says he's been in hiding for more than a year now, ever since he's been accused of organizing a cheating scheme inside the Muncie Fire Department. Well, now that firefighter is speaking out for the very first time as he tries to save his career. Our 13 Investigates reporter Bob Siegel first broke this story last year. And Bob, now the case has really shifted from the firehouse to a courtroom.
That's right. And you know, Jenny, I've been trying to speak with Muncie Fire Captain Troy Delaney for nearly 16 months. You might recall state regulators revoked all of Delaney's professional certifications because they say he orchestrated a cheating scheme to help Muncie firefighters and EMTs pass their exams. Delaney says that is not true. A few days ago, we finally met inside a hearing room where the firefighter told his side of the story to a judge.
All I ever wanted to be was a Muncie firefighter. I never wanted to be a firefighter anywhere else.
Troy Delaney on the witness stand, trying to save his 20-year career as a Muncie firefighter and EMT. At issue, did the fire captain help new recruits cheat on their certification exams by providing actual questions and answers that would be on the tests? One by one, the state called those recruits to testify, and they all told the administrative law judge the same thing.
What did he text you and your classmates?
Test answers and questions from previous tests.
Questions and answers? Test answers and questions that were believed to be from the NREMT that he obtained from other students.
The recruits testified they later got another text message from Delaney just a few hours before their EMT exam. The text read, "You guys owe me," and it instructed the students that at some point after the test, they needed to text Delaney individually with any exam questions and verified answers they could recall. He wrote, "I want to see how much you are willing to invest back into me." That is a direct violation of testing policy, which prompted the state's EMS director and this firefighting board to revoke all of Delaney's certifications. The new firefighters testified their captain abused his position of authority.
He was a captain, and I was in the military for 7 years, and you follow your leader's orders.
You listen to the senior guy, and you don't cause waves.
He is a superior officer. I mean, we were just kind of doing what we were told.
Did you tell these students to report back to you after their exam with test questions?
I did, yes.
Under oath, Delaney acknowledged he did tell students to send him test questions, but the captain said he did not know he was breaking the rules.
No, I wasn't aware.
And he did admit to sending recruits this text, telling the students they owed him the test questions.
Did you tell these students that when you were telling them to send you test questions after their exam that they owed you?
Yes.
What exactly did the captain mean by that? Well, this was his explanation.
You owe the team to pay back forward and give back some of the time. I wanted to make sure they were clear that it's not one and done. Don't pass the National Registry and then just wash your hands of it. See if you can give back to future recruits also.
Delaney testified that several findings from state investigators are not true. He said the dozens of questions he texted students before their exams came from this study book, not from the test questions he harvested from students. And he insists this text message to students, instructing them not to tell anyone he was providing test questions, did not come from him.
I know for a fact I did not send that to the Muncie Fire recruits.
Delaney also had others testify in his defense, including several current and former co-workers who spoke about Delaney's work ethic and character.
Captain Delaney is the best at what he does.
He's very well prepared, go-getter kind of personality.
I have not seen an officer more dedicated to the advancement of our personnel.
Delaney's witnesses did not seem to share the state's concern that Delaney pressured students into sending him actual test questions after their exams.
Is it the most ethical thing? Probably not. But, does it happen? Yes.
I believe that there is absolutely no way that you could cheat on that test.
And some testified the allegations against Delaney were politically motivated, a well-planned attack against a hardworking fire captain by co-workers who they say are lazy and did not want to see Delaney promoted to battalion chief.
Captain Delaney represents a change in culture.
They can't beat him. They're scared to death of Troy.
This whole thing's never been about EMTs and training EMTs and everything like that. It's always been about people that didn't want to work for Captain Delaney.
Delaney hopes the administrative law judge will issue a finding that he did not violate state rules and recommend his professional certifications be reinstated so he can go back to work.
I'm fighting to go back to it because I feel like there's more to do. I have my time. I can retire. I don't want that. I want to be impactful. I want to feel impactful in my community.
The administrative law judge will release her findings within 90 days. Then the State Department of Homeland Security and State Firefighting Board decide whether to uphold Delaney's punishment.
So in this case, it's not the judge, Bob, who gets the final decision?
That's right. It's actually the regulators in this situation. Delaney says following through with revoking his certifications essentially ends his career as an EMT and a firefighter and is way too harsh. So for now, he remains on administrative leave with pay while all of this plays out.
Wow, fascinating case. All right, Bob, thanks.